Hello, my name is Joel Moskluk. Welcome to the SolusGuard training webinar. Now, the roles of people at risk at work vary, and the types of risks that they run into vary. This could be health concerns, this could be vehicle accidents, and this could be acts of violence. Now, we're usually asked about the cell phone. In an emergency, why don't I just pull out my cell phone? If you can pull out your cell phone and call 911, that's great. Definitely do so. But SolusGuard will be in place for when you can't. There is not one solution that will keep you safe. We mean to add to your toolkit, but that means that you are ultimately accountable for your own safety. Now, the SolusGuard system has the alert device pictured on the left, a phone app, and a check-in system found in the phone app, pictured on the right side, and these are both customizable. The alert device, you can see, is being worn by this gentleman on the left. It's in the white holder hanging on his belt. As you can see, it's very discreet. In an emergency, hit the button on the device. Your emergency contacts will receive your GPS location and indication that you're having an emergency. If there's no response and you don't cancel the alert, your phone will be instructed to call a backup phone number. And through the whole process, your emergency contacts are kept up to date on your situation. In a little more detail, the device pairs to your phone via Bluetooth, meaning in order to work correctly, they have to be within Bluetooth range. And this varies depending on your environment. In an open field, it might be a couple hundred feet, but in a building with thick walls, the next room over might be too far. When you hit the button, your screen will indicate that there is an active alert and it will start your countdown timer. And at the same time, all of your emergency contacts will be notified via push notifications. So we have a Bluetooth signal between the device and your phone, and then you have an internet connection that sends the notifications to your emergency contacts. Now, when that timer hits 0, your phone is instructed to call your backup phone number. It is defaulted to 911, so in this case, the phone would be calling 911 now. Your contacts will be notified that you're calling 911. If you set off the alert and the situation de-escalates, or if it's a false alarm, simply enter the app and hit the big conspicuous cancel alert button. There is a second way to cancel the alert, and that's if you answer a phone call during the active alert. So if I set off my alert and my contact calls me and I don't answer, this timer is going to continue counting down. As a device wearer, I have a home screen. It is the device tab in the SolusGuard app. You can see the device tab circled in red at the bottom of this screen. Lots of information here. I can see the battery percentage of my device. I can see that it's connected still, as indicated by the green circle. The alarm type is audible. If you hit that switch, then it switches to a silent alarm. I can see that my backup phone call is set to 911. That can be changed. And I can see that my countdown is 120 seconds. That can also be changed. There's a details button at the very bottom, which brings up some technical details that we may ask for in certain troubleshooting situations. I should mention here that if you're using an Android phone, these tabs pictured at the bottom are actually found at the top of the screen. All right, the device itself. So there are some features on the back of the device. There's 2 buttons as well as a charging port. The 4 gold pins, you'll notice, is the charging port. So it's a magnetic charger. It just sticks on in this spot. The big round button is the panic alarm. So just click that button once to start your alarm. And then there's a tiny little pinhole found up and to the left from that big button. And that is just a reset. You shouldn't have to use this unless we instruct you to do it again in certain possible troubleshooting situations. There are a few different colors of light that you'll notice on the device. If you look down and you see a green blink, that means all's good. You're sufficient battery power and you're connected at this time. If you look down and you see a blue blink, come back to the Devices tab. You'll notice that either your device is low battery or you're disconnected for some reason. Being a Bluetooth device, there are multiple environmental factors that can cause a device to disconnect. Maybe your phone is on airplane mode, or maybe there's high amounts of Bluetooth traffic in the area and other electronics that are affecting the signal. But there are definitely environmental factors that can cause this. So keep an eye on the color of the light on your device. The third color is orange, and you'll only see that when an alert is activated, and it'll actually be accompanied with a vibration in the device itself. So it's really easy to see and it's hard to miss. Adding your contacts. Navigate to the Contacts tab. It's circled in red at the bottom of the left-hand screen there. Click Add a Contact and type in the cell phone number of the person. Simply hit Done, and they are now your contact. I can see that Joel R has entered his information because I see Joel R, I see the name there. Before they actually go in and create their own account, it won't list their name, it'll just have a phone number, but don't worry, as soon as they create their account, it'll update for you. This is a look from the contact's point of view. So when I set off my alert, my contact received a push notification that says, Joel M started a SolusGuard alert. He clicks on that notification and unlocks his phone screen, and it takes him directly into the SolusGuard app where he needs to be. That is the alert dashboard pictured on the right side. And this has all the important information. It has my location. It has a Call Joel button. You hit this button, it's going to bypass the need to dial a number. So in an emergency, when you're maybe panicking a little bit, this will help you get in contact quicker. There's also a history feed, which tells you when the alert was started, when past alerts were canceled. This will record any phone calls made using the app so that other contacts are kept up to speed. There is also a group chat pictured at the bottom there. So anything you type in that bottom field will show up in this history feed. Great for keeping the other contacts up to speed. If I set off my alert by accident and my contact calls me and I tell him that, he might want to go in here and inform the rest of the contacts so that they're no longer worried about me. So as a contact, you receive an alert, you look in the app to see who set off their alert, call them and try to get in contact. If they respond, the alert might not be over. You'll still want to assess the situation and take action. If there's no response from the phone call, wait for a notification. The SolusGuard app will tell you as soon as that person's phone is calling their backup phone number. If the backup phone call is made, then you'll want to take action at that point, possibly reach out for help. This process might be governed by your company's emergency policies, but there is definitely a lot of information provided that you can work with. Throughout this whole process, keep in mind there's a group chat in the alert dashboard that I pointed out. Keep everyone else up to speed if you can. We highly recommend running some tests. So when you get the device and you pair it to your phone, before you add any contacts, just set off an alert. See what it sounds like, see what it looks like, go in, hit that big orange cancel alert button, and done. After you add your contacts, keep them close, set off an alert. They'll receive the notification, have them enter the app, and give you a call. As soon as you answer the phone, it's going to cancel the alert. In an emergency, you might not be thinking straight, so we want to make sure you're comfortable using the device. Do as many tests as you can as often as possible. All right, let's talk about the check-in system. So check-in, you choose an appropriate amount of time, you enter any relevant details that might help, and then you start the session. Every opportunity you have, you go in and you check in, and this just resets that time. But if the time hits 0 and you do not check in, your contacts will be notified that you missed a check-in, indicating that you're possibly in trouble. Here's a look at the check-in screen. The check-in tab is circled in red at the bottom there. It's the very first tab in the app. So you can see at the top there is a timer. You can set it to whatever appropriate amount of time you'd like, enter any details you'd like to, and then click Start Monitoring. When you hit Start Monitoring, the screen is going to change to show you what is pictured on the right. And you can see the timer started, there's a big check-in button, and there's also a Stop Monitoring button to end the process. So as my timer is getting low and I have the opportunity, I'm going to go in the app and I'm going to hit the big green check-in button. That's going to reset the timer to 30 minutes so that my emergency contacts are not told that I missed a check-in. All right, so setting up the SolusGuard system. Your employer will create an account for you. You will receive invites via text messages. You download the app this way, you set a password for you this way, and then you enter the app, log in, and there is a simple pairing process that it walks you through. And the last step would just be to add your emergency contacts. Your administrator can help with the emergency contacts if you need. And if you would like help from us, here's my contact information. You can email or call. All right, thank you very much for joining me today.